Looking to transform your family game nights? At Perfectly Picked Games, we specialize in family games that bring everyone closer. Our games aren't just fun. Kids and teens will learn how to take turns, develop basic strategy skills, and understand the thrill of winning and grace of losing. With our exclusive gift of games, you can give months of gaming excitement to your family. Choose a 3-month or 6-month gift, and we'll deliver hand-picked family games to your doorstep every month. And here's the best part. Right now, you can use the promo code GOLDENMOJO and receive 20% off your selected plan. Don't miss out on this exclusive offer. Use promo code GOLDENMOJO and save 20% today at Perfectly Picked Games.
Welcome to the United States of Paranormal Podcast. Sit down and buckle up for an enlightening ride through everything cryptid, creepy, and paranormal.
Hello, all of my paranormal freaks out there. It is I, Golden J, hanging out with
the Rocker Chick
and
Jdubb.
We are the United States of Paranormal.
Yeah.
No, yes, we are, like we did before. That was pretty awesome. I was listening back. It's like both of you at the same time. Yes, we are. Hi, guys.
Hi.
What's happening?
This
is the shit right here. So I went to a new doctor since my doctor retired, and I didn't realize it had been almost a year since I'd been to the fucking doctor. And I've been just kind of taking my blood pressure meds as, you know, occasionally to kind of keep it regulated because I knew I was running low. So she put me on another one. And let me tell you how fucked up it's making me.
Really?
I am so mellow today.
Oh.
My blood pressure is like super way down, and I'm just like, so I'm glad I'm not the one doing the story tonight because
Yeah.
As of this recording, we are getting ready to go on vacation, so that is another added item on the bucket list for this week. I want to make sure that the 2SOP episodes and the Golden 80s episodes are all ready to go next week, so I don't have to think about nothing but what drink is in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's been stressful. Of course, you know, work has been really, really busy this week. So that's been a little stressful. Bobbi's stressing me out.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't even have to do anything, and I stress him out.
Stressed out. So anyways, recording on a Wednesday night like we always do. You guys are listening to this episode on a Wednesday, possibly. And we have 2 more days before we head to Louisiana, baby.
Woo!
Super excited. And of course, when this episode comes out, we'll be back. And hopefully we'll have some kick-ass video from, say, a New Orleans cemetery to be putting up on the Patreon coming up soon. So
hopefully.
Let's hope so. I'm hoping. I'm really excited about going and checking that cemetery out.
Yeah, me too.
So, speaking of Patreon, you can join the Patreon. It is at patreon.com/2SOP. We have 3 tiers. We have some great content on there. Dirty Dad jokes went up, trivia, of course, all of our reaction videos that we've been doing. Or you could just join the low tier as support for the podcast. If you really like us, jump on the $3 tier. It's $3 a month just to help support the pod and help keep us going. We would really appreciate it. And of course, I will send you an autographed United States of Paranormal poster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Soon we'll have some with Logan's signature on them.
Woo!
He's gonna get hand cramps because not only is he gonna I'm gonna make him do that, but then he's on to Paramorphicon. I don't know if I got that right. Ranger. It's a Ranger Con. He tells me every fucking time I talk to him. And he always gets mad. It's like, no, it's Morphicon or Paramore. I don't even know.
He's going to yell at you after
He
he
is.
hears
He's
this.
yelling at his radio right now. I was like, you dumb bastard. I've told you this 10 times. Mighty Morphin Con.
Just give it up.
Fucking, I don't know, Logan. I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyway, he'll be down there. He's got a big table and he's got a lot of shit going on down there. It sounds really, really cool, and I'm super excited for him because that is a big love of his, is being down there. The Power Rangers and all that stuff. I mean, he's been collecting for years.
Yep.
So I'm super, super happy for him and hope it all has went well. I'm sure I will talk to him after he gets back and see how it went. Of course, if you don't want to listen to the next 10 minutes or so of banter, there is a timestamp in the show notes. Please feel free to scroll up, look at the timestamp, and jump ahead. As today we are, Jdubb is going to be giving the story. So
Yep.
there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to listen to us, but we're going to talk about some really exciting shit. Are you ready? And go.
What?
Well, I gave all the excitement. We're going on vacation, work's crazy, da-da-da-da. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Nothing with you?
No.
Nothing? How's the campground? Still loving it?
Yeah.
As much as you can get there?
Yeah. Yeah, we love it.
Good. Did you ever find the lantern? Nothing?
I'm just going to have to get a new one.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
I thought maybe by chance, the wind took it away in that big hurricane that came through.
Yeah, that's what I think happened, but Sean said he looked everywhere, and then when we were out there, I looked around and I didn't see it.
Somebody found a trinket.
Probably.
A Bigfoot trinket. Speaking of Bigfoot, are you going to talk about what you're trying to get your daughter to do?
No, it's a surprise.
Okay, all right. All right.
I'll take
fair.
pictures and you can put it up on
I'll put it up on the website or
Yeah.
something. We'll see if it happens. All right, fair enough. All right, well, what do you got for me?
Well, if you had a warning label,
Is that like, let me ask you this?
let me ask you this. If you had a warning label, what would it say?
Mine would probably say stinky after 12 hours.
Wow. Okay. Stinky after 12
After 12 hours of use. Yeah, that's probably what mine would say. Jdubb's thinking really hard about it right now. How about you, Rocker Jake? Your question, you don't even have an answer?
I don't. It changes every time.
It changes every time.
Mine would say facial expressions don't mean a damn thing.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Jdubb?
Probably does not play well with others. FAFO.
Does not play well with others. You hear that, guys? Got to be careful when you're texting Jdubb.
Yeah.
Does not play well with others. It's a really good question.
Yeah.
It's impressive. I liked it. I'm really
I
bummed.
went through a long list.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
What?
10, 12?
No, a lot more than that.
Really?
You're really bummed that what?
That you didn't have an exact answer for it right away. That you kind of paused on me there for a minute.
Like I said, it changes.
Oh.
And for what mood I'm in.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Hey, let me go over a couple emails, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So last episode was our chiller pillar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we had Larissa on. And if I remember right, she said that she was going to work on her email.
Yeah.
And she did.
Yay.
So here we go. Are you ready? This is from Larissa. You guys remember from last week? She says, hello, my paranormal peeps. I just wanted to let you all know that you are doing an amazing job with the podcast. I finally got caught up on all my episodes. I thought the Candy Lady episode was definitely creepy, and I thought it was funny to hear the rocker chick slur maybe 1, 2, or 5 times.
What?
Golden J, you are the hamburger to her spaghetti. Screw your prime rib. If the rocker chick wants hamburger, she's getting hamburger. Jdubb, you are definitely a spicy chicken taco. Yeah. I would be loaded nachos. You get a little bit of everything.
That's good.
Logan, it's good to hear your filthy mouth on the pod at least once a month, and congratulations on you and Kayla on your engagement. It's about time you ask her. She sounds like an awesome lady. I also want to commend you on your parenting skills. Listening to one of the Other Side episodes, you were telling a story about your daughter at school and getting a phone call from her principal about an incident that happened. Your response to her was, the day my daughter says the word snatch instead of vagina, then give me a call. I laughed and laughed hearing you tell that story. You and Kayla are doing a great job. The Third Man Syndrome episode I found really fascinating because that's the sort of thing I am definitely into. One of those people that fully believe in reincarnation and that we get to choose our life, how we look, who we know, and certain trials that we deal with on the way. The reason that we go through the things that we do in our lives is purely for spiritual growth of our spirits. I believe that we are never alone. We all have spirit guide or two. We all have visitors from the other side that could be our past loved ones or even those who knew in the past life that come to comfort us and help us in some way. There's always someone that is looking out for you, even if it's something small. I have several stories of what I believe are messages from the other side, but too many to list here. Some of the most interesting ones happen in my sleep and my mind is at rest. Okay. And the grand finale. Golden J, I think Larry the Cable Guy or Rodney Carrington should narrate your life. I don't know why. I just see Jimmy Fallon narrating Jdubb's. He's funny and never afraid to be himself. And Elvira needs to narrate the Rocker Chicks because she's got that late night voice going on. I would pick David Attenborough to do mine. I'm not sure I know who David Attenborough is, but I should have looked it up. Jdubb's going to look it up right now. As always, I love you guys and look forward to more episodes and getting to see you in November. Keep it spooky, Larissa. Thank you. Thank you so much for
that was awesome.
I thought...
Very in-depth. You can tell she listens and pays attention.
According to Google, that guy is a 98-year-old British broadcaster.
Oh. That'd be all right. I could totally see that. How would that be for crazy? Just kind of like War of the Worlds type voice, you know?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. What else do I got? I thought I had one more. I do have one more. That's my email back to her. Okay, so this is from Shanna. You guys remember Shanna was in the studio a while back. It's been crazy
a while
time
since
ago.
we've heard from her.
Yeah. She said, "Good morning to all you beautiful drifters. Sorry it's been a while since I've talked to you guys. Life's been really crazy since we last talked. I had my second shoulder surgery and it sucked. I just got caught up with all the episodes. I want to check in and remind you guys how awesome you are. Your shows have all been great. I have loved all of the guests. Still absolutely love the banter. Don't stop.
Hey!
People are ignorant and miserable. You're not wrong. They aren't happy unless someone else in their atmosphere is also miserable.
They're just jealous that they're not as cool as us.
That's true. Just keep doing what you guys do. It's great. You make me and a lot of other people smile, and that's a special gift. I also wanted to thank you all for talking about depression, for reaching out to people that need positive influence, just letting them know that they are not alone. Thank you again for being funny, entertaining, and caring friends to all of us. I hope you all have a great day.
Nice. That was very cool.
That was nice.
Yes, I did email her back. We did talk a little bit back and forth, but yeah, it was good. It was really, really good to hear from her, and she's one of those that when we first started talking, we talked quite a bit, and then she was here, and then I didn't hear from her for quite a while until I got this email, and I was sitting down. Oh wow, it was probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was going, I haven't heard from Shanna in a while. And I was getting ready to email her, and of course, with the way my schedule goes, sometimes I did not get it done. And so I was really, really happy that she was able to reach out. So, Shanna, it was good to hear from you. Thank you so much for the email, and look forward to seeing you soon.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, guys. Are we ready to get into today's story?
Sure.
Here we go.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Have you ever seen your double?
I have not.
I don't know how to put this. On a couple of occasions, I've had people send me pictures, and I didn't see it. But there was Ryan and Chris from the old Voodoo Rain band was out long after the band broke up. They were out at some concert or whatever, and they sent me a picture, and they're like, "Germ, this is you." And I looked at it, I'm like, I don't see it. But, then there's that. But I always thought I looked really close to Donald Logan from like Grounded from Life before he lost all the weight when he got really, really skinny. But like looking at him, I could almost see myself in there. But other than that, I've never like ran across somebody that looks just like me on the street.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
the creepy myth of the doppelganger essentially describes the evil twin.
Now wait a minute. Go ahead.
You are the evil twin.
I'm thinking that maybe I am.
In modern times, we sometimes use the term casually to refer to a twin stranger or a person who just so happens to uncannily look like us or someone we know. But historically, the doppelganger is believed to be a supernatural entity, someone's ghostly double.
Mm-hmm.
Tales of someone seeing their double have appeared throughout history and in cultures all around the globe. And these encounters are widely considered to be sinister in nature and omens of illness, death, or tragedy. Now I'm going to butcher some words, guys, so get over it. The word doppelganger is German in origin and means double goer or double walker. And while the word is sometimes used to describe someone's real-life look-alike, the word is technically defined as a ghostly counterpart of a living person, directly implying its paranormal nature. Creepy.
Mm-hmm.
The concept of the doppelganger has been explored in film, literature, art, and more. I like the movie The Double and Us. And then like in Vampire Diaries. Yeah. But this isn't just a trope for movies. Because this isn't a movies podcast. Through history, there have been some well-known and terrifying true stories about doppelgangers. If you're looking for a scientific explanation for this allegedly paranormal phenomenon, know that the appearance of one's double may be triggered by a health issue and be simply part of a hallucination. But when it comes to the following stories, you'll have to decide for yourself. All right. So I have some, stories, and then I found some, eyewitness stories are from Reddit. So, first off, Abe Lincoln. One well-known documentation of a reported doppelganger sighting was from former President Abe Lincoln, who claims to have seen his doppelganger reflected in a mirror on the night he was first elected to office. And this is his words. Looking in that glass, I saw myself reflected nearly at full length, but my face, I noticed, had two separate and distinct images. The tip of the nose of one being about 3 inches from the tip of the other. I was a little bothered, but the illusion vanished. And this is what he wrote all this in a journal. On lying down again, I saw it a second time, plainer, if possible, than before. And then I noticed that one of the faces was a little paler, say 5 shades than the other. While Lincoln may have found the phenomenon strange, his wife interpreted it as an omen of tragedy to come. She allegedly read his vision to say that he would indeed be elected for a second term of presidency. Hence his vision? Hence the vision of him appearing doubled on the night of his election. But that sickly, ghastly appearance of his double signified that he wouldn't live through the second term, as we know now. Both of these predictions turn out to be true. Yeah.
So he saw a reflection in the glass? Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm. So he saw two of himself, so he was getting reelected for the next time.
Yeah.
It's like they were nose to nose.
Oh, gotcha.
Not sword fighting, but nose fighting.
Kind of like him on the penny, that side view.
But one was normal looking, and then the other one was like dying or something.
Right on.
I guess. All right. This one.
Intriguing. Even Lincoln saw his shit.
Are you done?
Maybe not.
You sure?
Thinking about it. Hold on.
Oh.
All right. The double of Emily Sagi, something like that. While many reports of doppelganger sightings involve a person seeing his or her own double, in this case, young Emily's doppelganger was apparently visible to everyone but her. Emily was a school teacher in Latvia, in the mid-1800s. She was a good teacher and well-liked, but had an odd track record of reportedly having had 18 different teaching positions in just 16 years. And after hearing the reported accounts of the supernatural twin entity that followed her about, it's easy to make a judgment as to why she had so many.
I'm not judging her.
According to Vice, in a piece originally published on Broadway, I don't know what that is. I guess it's a magazine or a newspaper. I don't really care. Students at the school where Emily taught began to see two of her. As she wrote on the blackboard, a second Emily appeared in front of the class, mimicking the teacher's movements. One evening, as Emily ate in the dining hall, it appeared again, mirroring her actions once more. At one point, it was even noted that Emily's double sat down in a chair at the head of the classroom, staring straight towards the children, while the real Emily was in the school garden. While she apparently never saw her own double, it's reported that when the entity was present, the color would drain from her face, and overcome with fatigue, her movements would become slow. Eventually, the school let Emily go due to the disturbing presence of her double.
Almost sounds like she's astro projecting herself.
Mm-hmm.
If like when she's standing at the blackboard and she's writing, and the doppelganger is actually doing the same movements, it almost sounds like a astro projection.
Yeah, and if nobody, or she can't see it, but everybody else can.
Yeah.
Catherine the Great's deadly omen. Catherine the Great, otherwise known as the Empress of Russia throughout the 18th century, and the longest ruling female leader in the country's history, had a haunting, and it turns out possibly sinister, encounter with a doppelganger shortly before her death in 1796. According to reports, Catherine's servants woke her frantically one night after having seen her, plain as day, sitting silently in her throne room. Confused, Catherine accompanied them back to the throne room, only to find her double sitting on the throne, plain as day. Catherine reportedly ordered for her servants to shoot the doppelganger, but just a week later, Catherine died suddenly of a stroke. Is it possible her double appeared to her as a deathly omen foreshadowing the events to come?
Doesn't
travel?
say what happened when they shot her.
Time travel.
Could be. Could be a ghost from the future.
Yeah.
The future self of Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Johann, a well-known German poet and politician, apparently encountered his double while riding on horseback home from spending time with his beloved future wife, riding in the opposite direction on the same road. This is what he said. I saw, not with my eyes of the body, but with those of the mind, my own figure coming towards me on horseback and on the same road, wearing a suit which I have never worn. As soon as I shook myself out of this dream, the figure had entirely disappeared. Although the encounter was brief, it was not forgotten, as 8 years later, he apparently found himself, by freak chance, riding along the same road to see his lover, wearing the exact same clothing that his doppelganger wore years prior. He then interpreted his encounter with a doppelganger to be a glimpse into the future, a sighting of his future self, rather than a bad omen foreshadowing death or illness.
That's what I was going to say. It almost seems like he saw the future.
Yeah.
Saw him, like something just projected to show him. Although I don't know why they would show him that. Why would that be something that they want to see?
I don't know.
Why would they, or share is what I mean. Why would that be something the future wants to share? It's like, you're gonna look good in this double-breasted suit with this vest, colored blue vest, and just so you know how good you're gonna look.
Yeah. You would think, though, when he bought it or when he saw it, he'd be like, "This is what that guy was wearing."
Yeah.
That me guy.
Yeah, why would he like put it on and then be riding and be like, wait a second, this is the same outfit I was wearing that day I saw myself.
8 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the Reddit ones, and I'm going to try to give credit, but some of these are like weird and yeah, so just deal with it. This one is from a Redditor called Quiet Voice 4846. Late at night, I usually go to the bathroom multiple times, but for the past 4 days, every time I go to leave, I can see myself still standing in the mirror from the corner of my eye. It is like the other me is watching me leave the bathroom. It terrifies me to the point where I almost run out without looking directly at the mirror. I never told my husband about it because I didn't want him to acknowledge it. I didn't want to acknowledge it out loud. One day I took a nap in our bed while he sat in the chair next to it watching TV. When I woke up, he told me that he had seen me sit up and crawl backwards to the edge of the bed and stand up in front of our bedroom door from the corner of his eye. He thought it was weird I got up like that because I'm in the last month of my pregnancy and I can't really move so well without hurting. Mm-hmm. So he tried talking to me. When I didn't answer, he looked at the door to find me not there and still sleeping in bed. I got really creeped out and I finally told him about what I had been seeing in the bathroom. He thought it was creepy as well, but didn't want to really talk about it anymore because he thinks it will give whatever it is power or energy. I have no idea what it wants or why we have both seen it. This one is from G4YF13R1. Okay. When I was 9, I stayed home, air quotes, sick from school. I distinctly remember that I wasn't actually sick, simply playing hooky to avoid bullying, kids are cruel, as I did that a lot around that age. I awoke from a nap, turned on the TV in our living room, and scrolled through some channels when my mother suddenly leaned over the bar and stared at me without saying anything. I had been awake for a few minutes at this point, so I can't rightly blame sleep paralysis for all of this. Now, whatever this thing was, it was entirely identical to my actual mother. It sounds weird to describe, but it's as if the only difference was that this thing pretended to be my mom, had never felt a single emotion in its life. It was unsettling. It beckoned me, and I attempted to talk to her as I would my mother. She kept beckoning, refused to answer, and that's when I sensed something horribly wrong. Naturally, I started screaming at this thing to answer me. It just kept beckoning. I bolted, running out of the room and into the yard, yelling for help. My mother, the real one, had been working in the yard and came rushing over. I told her what I'd seen, and she soothed me with easy explanations that it must have been a fever dream, but she stayed with me for the rest of the night because I was a nervous wreck. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This one is from Geobite. I remember one Sunday morning my brother and I were watching Cardcaptor Sakura on TV, and someone knocked on the door. We lived in an apartment that was empty. The owner hadn't rented the second floor. It was a 2-bedroom apartment with a kitchen and a bathroom by the door. A small apartment, but with a big window that faces out to the door. So when I heard someone knock, I checked the window and I saw my father. So I thought. I was going to the door to open it. When I was going to unlock the door, my mother pulls me away and screams at me to not open the door because I didn't know who it was. I told her I saw it was my dad. She freaked out, going to the window and then checking the people. She started to get terrified and she said to go to the farthest room in the apartment and to not come out. She went and woke up my dad. My dad got up angry and confused. We told him what we saw, and the man was still knocking at the door. My dad screamed, "Who is it?" No answer. He said he will call the cops. No response. While my dad was busy screaming at him, we saw that he was just standing still in the front of the door. So my mom took us to the farthest room from the door while my dad got ready to open the door with a metal bat. Once he did, the man was gone. My dad goes out looking everywhere around the apartment. The apartment door was a heavy metal door and always was heard when someone comes in and out. But we heard nothing that morning and nothing when my dad opened the door. We heard no footsteps either, but my brother, my mother, and I saw the man that looked exactly like my father.
Well, that'd fuck up your afternoon, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh, this one is from Celestial E-Spirit. When I was about 16 or 17, I was really heavy into doing the Ouija board. Other stuff happened, but the doppelgangers were definitely the worst. The first one was my mom. I heard her come in, and my best friend was with me. My friend and I walked down to greet her. She looked like a younger version of my mom and was carrying groceries. So I tried calling out to her, but she didn't respond and walked into my brother's room. Then I got a sick feeling. I called out to her, but she didn't respond still. So I followed her. She was not there. When I walked back down, my real mom had come in and didn't know what was going on. She was also wearing a different outfit. The next one was my brother. My mom was talking to him on the phone, and he said he was on his way home. As soon as she hung up, my brother walked in the door. He talked to us for a little. Mom wanted him to take out the garbage or something, and then walked to the bathroom. He had been in the bathroom for like 15 minutes, and then I got a sick feeling again. I asked him if he had fallen in or something. Then my real brother walked in the door. Everyone freaked out.
So they had a conversation with this doppelganger? Is that what it is?
I guess. She said both times they had darker eyes and it felt sort of a dream, but I was definitely awake and other people witnessed it. This one is from Hyperham 51197. I remember one time I was talking to my dad in a hallway of my house. I don't really remember what it was about, but we both saw my mom clearly walk past us and into her room, shutting the door. I walked back out into the living room, and my mom was still on the couch asleep. I looked back at my dad, and he looked at me. We were both terrified. We both crept over to their bedroom and looked at the closed door. Neither of us went inside. We were so freaked. I'm pretty sure my dad slept on the floor that night.
They wouldn't go check. I mean, you would think you would want to go in there and see what
Hell
the fuck.
no. This one's from Don.
Oh, done.
Both times that my family experienced doppelgangers, the doppelgangers refused to respond when spoken to. The first was my sister's doppelganger, who my brother told to go downstairs for lunch. She did not answer. When my brother walked downstairs, he instantly saw my sister wearing a different shirt. She couldn't have passed my brother so quickly because the staircase led directly to our dining area. The second was my own doppelganger, who stood at my door at 12 a.m., mute and staring at my sister, who was using the computer. I wasn't actually home until 4 p.m. later that day after school. My sister didn't know that until she asked me why I was just staring at her without emotion earlier around noon. It's different. Creepy brother. This one is Bob Ross 0902. I was sitting on my computer when my brother walked in and sits down on his bed. He doesn't say anything. He's a quiet person anyways. I go to the bathroom, walk back in, and he's gone. I look outside, and the car that he had left in with my mom a few hours ago still isn't there. I go outside to see if anyone else is home that I could have mistaken for him. Nope. I am still home alone. What the hell?
That would be the rough one when you're home alone and you see that.
Yeah. Shutter Spook did this one. We had problems with doppelgangers at a fast food joint that I had worked at. I had 2 separate sightings. My general manager comes by to tell me in the drive-thru, and the register person to clean the lobby, then goes to the bathroom. So the register person and I come up with a plan and wait for her to come out. We see her walk out of the bathroom, walk by us, and walk into the lobby. We go to catch her, and no one's there. We turn around, and she is walking out of the bathroom. We tell her what we saw, but she didn't believe us. The second time was, the manager and I are in the prep area. One of the girls who is working up front walks back and right into the walk-in cooler. After about 5 minutes of waiting, the manager asks me to go check on her. I open the walk-in door. There is no one in there. As I am trying to explain this to my manager, the girl in question walks into the prep area from the front. Needless to say, the manager believed me, and I finally believed what had happened in the first sighting.
Yeah. Okay, so all of these walk into another room and close the door, or a cooler, or a... Did you notice that seems to be the going thing there, that they just walk past, you go in a room?
It's like they want you to see them, but then
Yeah.
they don't know where they're doing or where they're
It's
going.
like
Right.
parallel universe. Like the times are colliding or something.
I like that. That's a good theory. That's a damn good theory. It's a glitch in the Matrix type thing.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. This one is from Okuth. I don't know. I woke up one morning to my dad going to the kitchen and stopping by to say, "Hey, wake up." And then I took out my phone and started watching YouTube. I was awake for sure. Later, my mom was walking to the kitchen and did the same thing that my dad did. So, I then got out of bed and I see that my parents are still in their room. I asked them if they asked me to wake up while walking to the kitchen, and they said, no.
That's just parents playing a prank.
Yeah.
Next time you'll know to get up when we walk by.
This last one is from Shubbykins. The first one was my husband. I turned into the hallway and saw him there walking away from me and towards the bedroom at the opposite end. I called to him, but he didn't respond. As soon as he entered the bedroom, he turned to the left. There is just a wall there, not even windows. I followed him into the bedroom, but there was no one there. My husband had been upstairs the entire time. The second time was my dad. He was unloading some things from his truck and was going to bring them to the back door, which opens into the kitchen. I was in the kitchen and heard a noise at the door. Through the window in the door, I saw my dad bending over as though he was bending down to untie his shoes. I ran to the door and opened it, but there was no one there. My dad was still in his truck. Both times it's been a family member. Both times I haven't seen their faces. Neither event felt wrong in any way or sinister, but the movements that the figures made were exactly the movements my dad or husband would have made. There you go.
It's like almost like they're like a mimic or something like that that's floating around, which is in itself bizarre. But so he walked through the wall, then and made a left, and then walked through the wall.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't accrue that to a something in time being amiss. You know what I'm saying? Because normally when somebody would do that, they would be walking through a doorway, is what I'm getting at.
Well, maybe in their time there's a doorway there.
Okay.
I mean, they're wearing different clothes. Their
house might be a different layout. Yeah.
I'm just saying. Just
I'm
a
with
theory.
you. I'm with you. I don't know, man. I just, I think we all spend time looking for our doppelganger. Don't you ever just when you're walking around and
No.
no, you don't be like, no. It looks like Jdubb.
There is one time that I was driving and I could have sworn I passed you, but I mean, it was in a big SUV.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I can see that. I mean, that's just it's a quick thing, and you can be like, oh, I think we did that last night. I thought I saw somebody coming out of the Family Dollar, and I'm like, hey, is that who that? And she's like, I don't know. So, I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. Doppelgangers are a very interesting thing to kind of think about.
Well, I thought that the Vampire Diaries did a really good job with their doppelgangers because they were from the beginning of time, each once that person died, or there was already somebody else that looked exactly like them every single time.
Right.
And then the one became a vampire, so then everybody was still alive. Or some came, you know what I mean. They became vampires.
I don't know, man. Vampire Diaries to me is a lot like Supernatural. It's like so many people die and come back or get stabbed and they're fine, and it's like Jesus.
But it's so crazy how like the shows you watch, the movies you watch are based off of, you know, centuries ago. People were seeing their doppelgangers, or the mermaids coming from the pirates, and you know. Oh,
absolutely!
Everything is based off of
some sort of historical
some folklore that was told back in the day, and who knows if it's true. But there was some damn good stories that have still led into today's what we're talking about and watching, and so.
Oh, I agree. I think every show or anything that you would ever watch, a movie, a TV show, or whatever, has a speck of something that they drew off of. And, you know, in some cases, you know, you get a really imaginative writer who just can make that shit explode. Yeah. And it's always pretty amazing. So, I'm sure I walked in while you're watching Vampire Diaries, and I kind of look at it and I go, who the fuck thought this up? You know, where the fuck did this come from? You know, what did they sit around and just did a big old bong and just said, oh, I got a great idea, and wrote it down, and then you go back and revisit it later?
Well, you got to think there's a ton of people working on this stuff, and they just all throw ideas out, and boom, there it is.
It's true. And then it takes one to put it all together, and well, I'm sure it's not just one, but you know what I'm saying. It's usually somebody kind of does a final tally and has everything written out and says this is how their storyline's going to go, and so on and so forth. But yeah, there's some great imaginations out there, but I think everything is based on some speck of truth or some speck of, like you said, folklore. That's my new word. Folklore or something out of history or something like that. So
are you the good or the evil doppelganger?
Am I the good or the evil?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the fucking evil.
I'm a Gemini, so that they say I'm a twin in some way.
There you go.
Some way.
Wait, I'm a Pisces. Isn't that like two fish? Two fish, one cup?
Ew, jeez.
Just say it. Isn't Pisces is two
I'm a
fish?
Leo, and I'm nothing like a Leo, so I don't get the whole horoscope thing.
Lindsay does it every so often. She'd be like, well, you know what your horoscope is today? And she'll read my horoscope to me, and I'm like, okay. Although none of them's ever come true. She's like, you got till August 15th, and then this is going to happen, and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay.
You got to look really deeply into it. I'm like, oh, yeah, that little thing happened.
Once again, I think a lot of it, you know, it's kind of basic information, and then you read into it maybe too far or whatever. I think sometimes.
Right. You're going to win the lottery. I found a penny on the ground.
Huh?
Yeah. Exactly.
Money is coming your way.
Exactly.
Fucking found $4 in an old jacket.
I found Monopoly money.
Oh, yeah. I carry that with me in my DJ gear, because one of the weddings I had DJ'd, the kids had that fake money from one of those money machines. And they were all coming up going, this is for you. You're doing fun. You're doing great. This is for you. So I had I think I got like $400 or $500 fake dollars that I carry with me. But it's the little things like that.
Yeah. You've got to look at it differently. Like, you meet somebody named Cash. You know, it's just...
Oh, fuck you. Wow. Wow. That's pretty good. That was really good. All right. So, listeners, this week, as you're roaming around, if you run into somebody named Cash, email us, UnitedStatesParanormal@gmail.com. I would love to hear that.
You just won the lottery.
You just won the lottery.
Or if you've seen one of our doppelgangers.
Set.
Yeah. I mean, if you go on UnitedStatesParanormal.com, you can see pictures of us, and you can let us know if you've actually seen the second Jdubb. And let us know, was that the good one or the evil one? Because we don't know which one we got here yet. All right. Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
Yes,
that was fun. I enjoyed that. There's a lot of, while you were telling, I was just kind of listening and thinking, like the dad at the door. I could just see the kids looking out the big picture window at the door, You know, I even saw the bushes. And was the door red by chance? Because that's what I saw.
It didn't.
It was a red door.
It's a heavy door.
Yes, big heavy door. All right, guys. Once again, you know the deal. Go check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/2sop. Go check out our website, UnitedStatesParanormal.com. We got great merch on there. Jen is rocking out her Call Guys shirt tonight. Boom! You can see that. You can go check out the Call Guys. They got a lot of great stuff going on over there.
Check us out in Peru on October 19th at the Para-Unity. Oh my God, sorry. Anyways,
I got you with the whole con thing.
Come
earlier.
to Peru.
Yeah.
If you're from Indiana, come to Peru.
What's the date?
Come meet us.
What's the date?
October 19th.
There you go.
Woo woo.
Ta-ta.
Ta-ta.
October 19th. Yes, we will be there. I did get the confirmation email. We are definitely in-house, so we're excited.
And
I
have a surprise that day.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Surprise for our listeners or surprise for me and the rocker chick?
For the three of us.
Oh, okay. All right. Super excited. So surprise. All right.
And we're also going to do our first ever, you're going, right?
I hope so.
Hopefully all three of us are going to the Fowler.
Yes. The Power Theater down in Benton County. We're going to be hanging out with our good friend Brian Greer as he takes us, me and the rocker chick, on our very first investigation. Because Jdubb's done a couple investigations before. So, yeah, it'll be our first. And we are super excited to go and do it. And to actually meet Brian in person and hang out with him. I'm going to be honest. I don't think there's anybody I'd rather go with on a first investigation than that dude. He just seems like he's very professional. He knows exactly what he's doing, and I'm fired up. So, yeah.
Sweet.
And of course, we talked about it, but it's coming. Clowntober. So we do believe that we are going to be doing 4 clown stories for the month of October, as usual, like we have in the past with Dolltober and Vamtober. But we actually have 5 weeks in October, so there'll be 5 Wednesdays. But we're about to change it up. No, get excited. We are the United States Paranormal. We are going live on Halloween, which is a Thursday night. So you're not going to get an episode on the 30th of October. You're going to get us live on the 31st. So get ready.
I'm so excited.
Details of that are to come, but you're going to get us all, which include the 3 of us, Jdubb, Rocker Chick, and Golden Jay, plus Just Logan is going to be joining us.
Really?
Yes.
Are
And
you sure he's not going to be trick-or-treating with the girls?
oh, that's a good question. I thought he told me he wanted to do it.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see.
Maybe
but-
we'll have to go a little later because trick-or-treating usually is before dark. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, we can't go till it's probably going to be close to 8 o'clock on Halloween night. So, yeah, I think it'll be fine.
Yay.
We will find out next week when we get to see Logan in person.
Yes, we will.
So, yeah, there you go. That's what we got coming up. We've also got some more guests lined up. Next week, Peter is back with us, and his story is fucking intense. So
Am I going to have dreams about it?
it's a good possibility.
Oh, no.
I was looking over. I was doing a little research on it prior to the recording, and yeah, it's a little bizarre, and I am super excited to see how he's going to tell this story. So
Nice.
yes. All right. So we do have other guests coming in, which includes Tanya from the old hospital on College Hill. You might have remembered if a lot of you watched Destination Fear. She was on there, and they investigated inside of this. But she is the owner, and she is coming on in a few weeks. So
That's exciting.
super excited. She seems super nice. And thank you to the Straw Man for hooking us up.
Yeah.
He was there for one of the tours and was talking us up. And she's like, I would love to do the podcast with him. So I reached out. She's been great. So we're really excited to get a chance to talk to her. That's
Very cool.
And Star Williams has rescheduled, so we will have her coming up just before Clowntober, just as September ends. As September ends. I know that's what you're thinking. You got Green Day in your head now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's coming back. I'm stoked. I'm getting excited. So I hope you guys are loving the interviews we've been doing. We've had some pretty great ones. And we've made a lot of new friends by doing this. So, thank you guys so much for being listeners. And please jump on the Patreon and support if you can. I know that I think times are rough sometimes, and you can get in and get out, but we would love the support to help keep us going. So, all right, guys, keep it spooky, and I'll see you on the other side.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the United States of Paranormal podcast. Check us out at theunitedstatesofparanormal.com, where you can find our Spotlight of the Month, Fan of the Month, and all of our amazing merchandise. Or you can find us on social media at Facebook at the United States of Paranormal, Instagram at the United States of Paranormal, and YouTube at the United States of Paranormal 1795. And don't forget, we are now on Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/2sop.
Please check out the other podcasts in the Golden Mojo Entertainment Network of podcasts. The Call Guys, Golden Image Podcast, Indiana Chiefs Fans, Golden 80s, The Gridiron Kings, Murd Nerds, and A Quart of Books and Booze, all of which can be found at goldenmojoent.com or wherever you stream your favorite podcasts.
And if you have a location or a story that you would like for us to check into, please email us at theunitedstatesofparanormal@gmail.com. Please like, rate, and subscribe wherever you listen. Thank you for all of your support. Bye.